I did a video in 2018 called Spiritual Warfare and 6 Planets Retrograde. This was what I believe was one of the most standout messages from that video.
When you are a high frequency being, you are your best protective force in the line of spiritual warfare.
I did an Instagram story last year on Schumann resonance, which is the planet's heartbeat.
Schumann resonance is basically the heartbeat of the planet, electromagnetic pulse of the planet.
Why is all this important? Well, the Schumann resonance, the planet's heartbeat, has been increasing, steadily increasing for some time. There is a lot of information out there. You can do your independent research on the relationship between Schumann resonance and the human brain, Schumann resonance and immunity, Schumann resonance and DNA reconstruction. So the more that we align ourselves to the Schumann resonance, the more balanced we are, the more in harmony our bodies are, not only with ourselves, but in harmony with nature as a whole. We are undoubtedly in a time of spiritual warfare. In spiritual warfare, as I explained in that video, battle, is not so physical because the enemy is not necessarily distinguishable or discernible to the physical senses. Right now, there's a battle on your psyche. Information is constantly coming in. We're being bombarded with fear-inducing information, stress-inducing information, inaccurate information. This is spiritual warfare. We're here. So what does that have to do with 4 planets retrograde? Well, Venus is retrograde in the sign of Gemini, which deals with information. Venus happens to be square Neptune in Pisces, and Venus is the higher octave of Neptune. So right now, there's a big issue on the table regarding accuracy, information accuracy. So given that Venus is retrograde in Gemini, and Venus allows us to address our values, what's important, currency, resources, and Gemini is information, Venus retrograde is asking us to reassess our values on every level and to really, really carefully analyze information with a discernible eye, which would be Virgo. So you can still employ the energies around the zodiac, even if we're not in that particular season, because you need all these energies for many different reasons at different times. Pluto is our soul. Pluto is retrograde. So we're being asked to go within, deep, internally, to really see what lies in our soul that is obstructing our evolution, what we need to process that has remained dormant or unaddressed. Saturn, our responsibilities, obligations, our karmic retribution. Saturn is retrograde. Jupiter, our beliefs, dogma, philosophies. Jupiter's retrograde. So we're being asked to assess which beliefs serve us best and which beliefs have run their course and they no longer will serve us as we continue on our journey and in our personal stages of evolution. So with all these planets retrograde in a time where you are under attack, your psyche is under attack, your spirit is under attack, your body's under attack. Whether people believe that there are inventions, electromagnetic inventions in society that are detrimental to your health, 5G, whether there are man-made or viruses or illnesses that are threatening your health. We are at war. With that being said, retrograde season is in effect. Spiritual war is in effect. For the good remainder of 2020, the outer planets, I believe Pluto, Saturn, they'll be retrograde. So the main point here is that these planets, while retrograde, are asking us to do deep excavation, to rebuild, reassess, restructure, just redefine a good portion of how we have defined our lives. As the Schumann resonance steadily is increasing, it's important to remember that we live on a planet in which we must have a heart-based relationship with that planet. Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of the planet. We have to connect with nature. No man-made law will ever supersede natural law or Earth's laws. So regardless of them saying don't go outside and breathe, you need oxygen. Put your feet in the dirt, put your body and your legs and your hands in the salt water in the ocean, and connect. Nature in this entire current fiasco is sending very, very strong messages to us all. So like I said, with Venus being retrograde in the sign of information, which is Gemini, some people don't want to go outside because they believe the information that says they should not. Then there are people who believe otherwise. So again, use these retrogrades as an opportunity to develop a sense of awareness and clarity as best as possible, because there's information that's correct, there's information that's not correct. Gemini square Pisces. There are issues that affect us on a deep level that will require us to transform, have major, major personal transformation. Pluto retrograde. There's the responsibility that we have to ourselves, our lives, and the planet as a whole. Saturn retrograde. So I just want to say, here we are again, spiritual warfare, 4 planets retrograde, and the Schumann resonance increasing. We have to stay in alignment with this planet because we are stewards of the planet. And I wish you well during this retrograde season.